Welcome to the Strenuous Life Radio, the podcast for leaderpreneurs, entrepreneurs, men and women, learn the essentials of and the soft skills of the strenuous life. And now here's your host, J.R. Hendrick. Hello, everybody. Programming note: we're going to work on the strenuous mindset, but we kind of developed a season similar to that last summer called the Strenuous Minecraft. Go back through some of those. In fact, I think I will listen to those. Now, what we're going to be talking about here is pretty obvious. Empathy and purpose, part 2. Now, you're saying, JR, why are we doing part 2? Because, quite frankly, it's important that we talk about it. Now, I'm going to do it from the lens of one branch of entrepreneurship that probably ain't talked about that much. Public affairs. And you're like, empathy? For governmental relations, political communications and advocacy? Yes, empathy. Let's say I take an advocacy case for Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Alright? Say you get to know one of the mothers that you're representing. And they're not just angry, they're sad. And the way you got to be able to meet with them and try to empathize with them in order to advocate for them. Now, I'm not talking about criminal law, well, maybe to some extent, but I'm also thinking about the civil repercussions. See, public affairs, one thing I learned that public affairs is a skill of empathy. You have to have that. And so it's important that you begin to see that right then and there. Or how about another one? This is my favorite cause. Pro-life. What if you're trying to get your state to pass tougher laws on abortion? I understand some states already have, like Texas. Yeah, thank God. But, they're saying a political show. What I'm saying is that you empathize with the mother and the father that have lost that baby to abortion. Half the time, when they make that choice, it's not an informed choice. I'm sorry, just the way I see it. Now, here's something else to think about. Let's take a little bit less emotional or emotionally defined course. Second, say you've taken on a case of helping some mentally families, people with mental health challenges. Get the states and local municipalities to develop better resources for the mentally ill, such as halfway houses when they get out of the hospital. And the determination is how long you stay is between you, the patient, the physician, and maybe your mental health plan. You can choose to stay indeterminate if that's what you want. But the fact of the matter is, you show up at checkpoints within the house, take your medications. You get monitored as long as you're there. To some degree, you can come and go and you please, as long as you check into the house. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not trying to politicize this thing. I just think there has to be better care taken for the mentally ill of people in this nation. In fact, I think mental health awareness should be a good topic to look at. Now, let's do something outside of public affairs. Let's say you're a public speaker, aspiring professional speaker, like Janine, or a professional speaker like me. And say you're thinking to your target client. Usually, you got to have some empathy for these people. Find out about your audience and all this stuff. Know your audience and all this stuff. Everything has empathy with a purpose. That's the beauty of it. Everything has to have empathy, but with a purpose. Because see, here's the thing. Here's the beauty of the thing. You sit down. You talk things through with your family. And understand this one thing. Is that you got to understand. Is that I believe as an entrepreneur, you got to have empathy for your clients. Particularly in some of the services organizations. Service-oriented businesses. Like coaching. Now, mind you, these brand of coaching, that don't involve, any form of therapy. We're just guidance. But we're willing to listen to people about their problems, develop a coaching method. But that's about the extent of it, if you know what I mean. You gotta have empathy, but empathy, that's with a purpose. See, Jimmy and I had a nice interview in yesterday's podcast. It's important that we look into it and see what we know about what it means to be an entrepreneur with empathy and a purpose. This ain't something that we just sit there and play around and, I hope it happens. I hope we're empathetic. I hope we have a purpose. You got to have some things clear. Habakkuk chapter 2, I think verse 2 says, write the vision, make it plain, so that he that readeth may run with it. So, you need to have a vision and understand other people's vision as well in order to be an effective entrepreneur, if you know what I mean. You've got to have empathy with a purpose, okay? Don't float around with this. It's important. Now with that, I hope you enjoy listening to Strenuous Life Radio. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, become a part of receiving most daily updates. This is J.R. Hendricks saying until next time, don't just sit there and take it. Build your dreams so you can take it. Do what others don't so you can be what others want. And do what others won't so you can have what others can't. Like my daddy always says, think strong, and live the strenuous life. God bless y'all. Now y'all take care now, you hear? We'll see you soon.